have never been educated.
I've got to say, I've always had a problem with that original sin idea, that I was born with somebody else's sin.
That's right.
You know, it's like, I don't mind committing my own sins and being responsible, but having somebody else's sin was kind of, you know...
Well, anybody that follows religion could be sincere but naive. I don't say religion is corrupt. It's based on lack of knowledge. Now, God says if you don't follow everything I recommend, the 10 Commandments and the other thing, you burn eternally. Now, that's not God. That's a psychopath made by man. Man makes God in his own image, a jerk that creates floods, disease, starvation, but he loves you.
I've got to say, Jack, I find it very, very easy to keep the commandment about coveting my neighbour's ox. I've hardly ever done that.
You don't need to do that in the future. You don't need to do that because we don't kill animals.
What, you mean we're all vegetarians in your new world?
We don't experiment on... No, I'm not vegetarian.
Nanotechnology.
You know what nanotechnology?
No, I've got to ask this because I like eating meat.
You know what nanotechnology is?
I do know what nanotechnology is.
Taking atoms and arranging them in whatever molecular structure you want. The nanotechnologists tell me they're 15 years away from it.
So we can make a steak without killing
They'll be able to make steak or anything you want without mining it anymore. We stand a tremendous potential. Science...
But isn't this like
always
GM
perfect.
Food, and I'm not that keen on that.
No, not at all.
No?
No, things would be grown organically in the future.
You're not allowed to genetically engineer plants unless you put it to test over a long period of time, making sure that it doesn't hurt people.
That
and before we build any project,
profit.
we shave off the topsoil. It takes 1,000 years to make 1 inch of topsoil, and these jackasses put a building right above. Thousands of years of rich soil. We shave off the soil, put it in soil banks. We use the North and South Pole to store surplus food in case there's an earthquake in Japan. We don't have to go to school and say, bring in a box of oatmeal or a can of beans for the poor Japanese. We will use the North and South Pole for food storage. The people in government don't think that way. They make laws. And 90% of the laws that man made are to control you. That's what religion is all about, control of people. So instead of making laws, we solve problems. That's the difference. If you took every soldier and sent them back to school and made them problem solvers, what a wonderful world we would have instead of killing machines. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do understand.
Somebody said to me, what if somebody came along, this is their language, that was 10 times smarter than you? What would you do? I'd get the hell out of the way because they can make my life better. Ego is when you cling and you want your recognition.
Jack, we've got to end on that. We've got to end on that thought. That is all we've got time for. Thank you to everyone for watching our special 2-hour show and for those who texted. And thanks to my very special guests, Jacque Fresco and Roxanne Meadows, who will be giving a lecture at City University London on Saturday. If you want more information, please visit www.thezeitgeistmovementuk.com. Next week, we'll be back with yet another exciting show that might even change your life. Until then, remember, they're watching you, watching us, watching them. Cheerio.